There he is, locked and loaded and ready to go. Hopefully
Yes.
he's in half the mood I am, because there's no way you can even be close to the mood I'm in right now. I mean, not even close. Bitcoin just hit 19,000. Yeah, baby.
I am not equipped to talk about this subject.
Huh? What's
I am
that?
not equipped to talk about this subject.
Yeah, no, yeah. We were actually talking. Did you know that there is no more home ec? Well, you're young. You wouldn't even know what home ec is. You're young as hell. Was there ever a home ec in your day?
I went to a small Christian school. I still feel like we had home ec. I feel like we had home ec.
No, there's no feel. You either had it or you don't.
Dude, I've been out of high school for like 15 years, man. Give me a break. But
and you know how long I've been out of high school?
What would we do? I have a core memory. I don't remember what like we actually learned in it per se, but I just remember one like fun quote unquote project. We made like roses out of Tootsie Rolls or something like that, like candy roses out of Tootsie Rolls. I don't remember, man. Like I seem to remember that, and I feel like that was in high school. I do not remember anything else that we did in that class, though.
It's one of my favorite classes, bro, because, you know, you were like 4 guys and like 16, 18 girls in the class. It was awesome.
Well, we only had like 30 people in my high school class, like in my graduating class. So that wasn't really a ratio kind of thing. I'll just put it that way.
30 people, that's one hell of a graduating class. Damn. Holy moly.
30. That's half the reason I went to Arizona State. I was like, all right, like I've got like the smallest graduating class basically outside of homeschoolers in the country. So I'm gonna go to the biggest college I can find. And ASU had like 80,000 kids or something crazy. So I think it evens out somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there. But it's and by the way, I because somebody goes to me, I think I'm gonna learn CPR because of the Hamlin situation. You just never know. And I'm like, dude, we all learned it in high school. Like that was part of home ec. And that's why I kind of asked. My wife says that it's very limited nowadays. Very few schools have, you know, those kind of things. So that's, I guess, unfortunately.
It has been a while since I've been around any sort of high school. I used to do like a weekly session with the journalism class at Lake Havasu High. And beyond covering high school sports, I'm pretty detached from the high school world until I have a high schooler of my own, you know?
Yep. No, I'm with you there.
It's going to be a minute. That's at least 14 years.
Yep. All right, let's get. And the good thing is I have my wife who's a high school teacher, so she can always fill me in on what really is going on at that level. Your thoughts on the Dolphins and doctors and the fact that Tua is not going to play? What do you think about this?
Well, remember what I said on Sunday after the game, that if we didn't see him on the practice field Wednesday, he wasn't going to play. Throw away your expectations, because that's install day. And I mean, so he was going to come back after 3 weeks off with 2 days of practice and really compete against Buffalo? No. So it's not really a surprise. I appreciate the fact that Mike McDaniel ruled him out on Wednesday so that it doesn't drag out throughout the week. We don't have to keep asking questions and wondering and pondering this, that, the third. Like, this is who we got. This is who we're playing. End of story there. Like, I do appreciate that kind of clarity. But I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised. We haven't seen him in any capacity on that field. I haven't seen Tua in person, period, in like a month. So, like, it's maybe, you know, a little less than a month, obviously, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
Like, it's not a shock. It's not a shock that they're shutting him down for this week. He still hasn't been on the field as of today. So if they do somehow manage to win this game, I still don't know if he plays next week. And also, if Skylar Thompson beats the Bills, you want to sit him down? If he beats the Bills, that means he did something spectacular. So
if he beats the Bills, he will have a chance to come back to actually be a backup quarterback, because right now I haven't seen enough to build on. I don't care what they tell you on the podium and, what Skylar did was phenomenal. And, I'm hearing Mike McDaniel, talk him up and all that. And he struggles to read defenses. His. All right. So what I was saying is that if he beats him, then yeah, now he has a chance for a backup. But outside of that, I have not seen enough that convinces me that he's even got backup material.
I'm saying that if Tua were to be cleared, if Tua were to be cleared today,
well, they hear both,
or start practicing Friday, then all right, then I'll just say this for chat. If he was cleared today or started practicing Friday, then that gives him a little bit of a base to go off of so that the first reps he takes are not in preparation to start a playoff game. But like I said, we haven't seen him. He's still not progressing through concussion protocol. Mike McDaniel's not offering a timeline, so we can kind of only go what we can go off of here. Mike said on Monday, though, like it was the first time he had ever even floated the idea of a timeline and saying when he's cleared to practice, he'll practice. So, that I guess if you're a Dolphins fan gives you hope that, okay, like they're not just ready to shut him down completely, but he still hasn't been cleared to practice. So it's kind of a moot point.
Success. All right. So, by the way, all those reports for me, from what I'm hearing, they're not going in the direction of no Aaron Rodgers, no Tom Brady. The what I'm hearing, it's Tua next year is the plan. What are you hearing?
Yeah, it's going to take a Tom Brady level player to get them to turn their head away from Tua. It's not like it's not going to be Derek Carr. It's not going to be Andy Dalton. It's not going to be Jimmy Garoppolo.
By the way, none of those guys can beat Tua out anyway. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
actually, he's a better quarterback than all those guys, I think. So
that's the point. That's the point. So, like, no, it's not going to be any of those guys. It would take a Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady who say, I want to come play for the Miami Dolphins. And then, yeah, it is kind of hard to argue Tua over Tom Brady. It's impossible, actually, to argue Tua over Tom Brady for the short term. For the short term, chat, take your hands off the keyboard. Rodgers for the short term as well, although, I don't know if he played hurt this year or if it just took him that much longer to acquiesce to his new group of wide receivers. It was clearly a down year for him. But I mean, he's still Aaron Rodgers, man. We still saw that arm talent on Christmas. That dude can still play. He can still play ball. But beyond that, like I can't think of any quarterback, rookie or otherwise, who can come in here and be a better option than you've got with Tua. You know what you can get with Tua when everything's right and when he's healthy. That's high level. That is high caliber play. But it's what he's proving. What he's got to prove next year is, like I said, going into this season, what I needed to see from Tua, I wanted to see when all else fails, I wanted them to say, you have to go win us this game. We need you to win us this game. He did it against Baltimore. He did it against Buffalo. He did it against Detroit. He did it against Chicago. I'm convinced. I'm good. Like, if the game's online, I think Tua can go out and you can go win a game when Tua has to go be hurt. Like, it's that question's answered. You already know. We've already done the off-script talk. I don't want to bring that back up. What they really need to see from him in terms of will he get signed long-term or not is, can he stay healthy? It's literally that simple. Can he play a full season? Quarterback's not a position like, when he signed Teron Armstead, he might miss a couple games a year. Or other guys, you sign a corner who's banged up. Yeah, he might play through some injuries. Xavier Howard might play through some injuries or miss a game or two every year. You can live with that. You can't live with that at quarterback. You have to be able to play a full season. Sucks, man, but that's perks of the job. That's why you get paid. That's why the going rate for quarterbacks is $40 million, man, because you're expected to play all 17. So if he can't do that next year, then I already said last week after the game about my issues with the fifth-year option from a purely business standpoint. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to pick it up.
No. If he can't stay healthy next year, I agree with you. But I'm sure there's a plan in place now to kind of, and I just hope he got the message, Marcel. I hope he figures out that he's got to play the game a different way and stop proving or trying to prove to people that you're that guy or this guy. Play the game you need to play and you can play at an incredibly high level. That's all. Make your decisions quick. Don't hang on to the football. You're going to take some hits, but you cannot set it up where you're holding it for 4 or 5 seconds and then you're setting yourself up for all these kind of things. And you got to stop thinking that you're the guy that can scramble around all over the place and dodge people. And you're not that guy either. And so I just hope that he learns, just like Mike McDaniel, who I think has got a lot to learn as a game day coach. I think that's where he really struggles as a game day coach, but that's very fixable also. These are things that actually both Tua and McDaniel can tweak and become way better next year.
Yeah, I just it's tough because like some of these, yeah, they are so preventable. Cincinnati was preventable. Throw the ball away. Don't try. He's got this spin move that just simply doesn't work. Like it just simply doesn't work. Like
it's an athlete, bro. He's
I've seen him try it. I've seen him try it 3 times this year. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. There are other ways to get away from it, but like you're not quick twitch enough to do that last second stutter and spin away. Like they get you snatched every time if you're not fat, if you're not Lamar, if you're not Kyler, if you're not Josh Allen, Mahomes, that caliber of athlete, then that's not the move to make. So it's kind of just finding what works from you, what footwork slides work for you, what techniques work for you when you do have to extend a play, because and then when work on your dead switch clock, whatever you want to call it. But the time where you hit the button, you say this play is dead, I'm throwing it away.
That's it.
That's that. The Dolphins also, you would like to see a better scramble drill. You would like to see more scramble drills out of them. So when a play breaks down, like it's probably going to, because that's what we saw a lot with Skyler. We saw a lot of play extension. His average time to throw was more than 3 seconds. That is far and beyond would be the longest in the NFL this season, stretched out over 17 games. Like he wants to extend a play. Skyler does. What do they do after? What are the receivers' jobs once he leaves the pocket? Like that's what I really want to see. And it's difficult to tell. I know, because if you're running a route, you're not always looking back in the backfield. So I don't know if it's a call from the sideline or if it's after X amount of seconds, if that ball hasn't left, then you need to reassess where Skyler is and act accordingly. I don't know. There's some things to shore up. There's some things to shore up this offseason and this coming preseason. But man, and then not to mention, money's gonna be a little tight around here, man. Money's a little tight around here. I think right now there's $7 million over the cap. So Christian Wilkins, big deal this year. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, bro.
They'll make it happen. They'll take 11 off of that 7. You're already 4 under once you cut Gesicki. Once you cut Byron,
he's not even counting against the cap right now, though, because he's franchise tagged. So there's 7 over projected for next season.
Oh, you mean for next season without his 11, is you're saying?
Yeah. So I'm saying without that, there's still 7 over. Like they're gonna have to do something with Byron Jones's contract. Like you're gonna have to eat some dead cap either this year or next. But regardless, he does not play on that contract next year. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't play at all. He's over. He's done. He's not going to be back here next year.
They've already restructured once. Like I doubt that. Yeah, I doubt they restructure it again. But
and what he did to them this year, there's no shot they bring him back. He waited till March to have the surgery, and then all the other bullshit that went on throughout the year, and tweaking this and tweaking that, and I've got to be perfect in order to get out there and do my thing, and all that. And I'm sorry, bro. I get it. You think you're a Porsche engine, and you've got to be exactly manicured perfectly in order to run perfectly. And you know what? Sometimes you got to be a big old Ford, 427 8-cylinder, and sometimes things aren't necessarily perfect, but you got to chug along like X or like Teron Armstead, or sometimes you got to help out the team if you can. And he I don't think he was willing to make certain sacrifices.
I would like to. I want to hear his side of the story. So whenever locker room cleanout is, I want to hear his side before I make any sort of
who gives a shit at this point. Really,
because it's my job. Like I care.
I get that. I get it. It's your job, but what's he going to tell you, bro? Is he really going to tell you?
I don't know. I don't know why. I want to hear it in his words. Why did you get surgery in March instead of January? Was it a conscious decision? Was there a some sort of setback? Did you re-injure yourself? Like we don't know. We don't know any of that. So I'm not just going to sit here and say that he didn't go. The only damning thing I would sprinkle in there is Sam Madison. I think last week, had some sort of comment saying, like there are guys. Some guys play through it. Some guys don't. That's my only.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You remember McDaniel? You remember McDaniel about 5-6 weeks ago? The doctors have done all they can do. It's up to Byron now. He basically, I'm paraphrasing.
I was about to say, I don't remember him saying that, but not all that. Oh, damn, lost audio again.
Shot finally that came out of that building outside of what I've been telling you for months now, and that he's very particular about how he plays and everything. So, yeah, dude, McDaniel gave us he fired the first shot to tell you, hey man, our doctors have done everything. It's up to Byron now. So
I'm trying to look back at.
I'm just telling you, there's been a lot of frustration in that building with that guy. A lot.
Oh, I'm sure it's frustrating.
Everyone, from coaches to doctors, everyone has been frustrated with the way Byron Jones has handled his situation. So what you need to do is not just get Byron's story.
I don't rule anything out.
You need to go gig somewhere else in that building, and so they can tell you what the hell's going on, because
I know he said it. He said it in December.
Dude, I told you guys that he wasn't even around all the time. That was the other thing
that
I've been telling people for months now, that he wasn't even around. Think about that, dude. You're rehabbing. They're paying you all this money, and you're not around all the time, Marcel. That's screwed up.
Yeah, I have not seen him. I've seen him maybe once. I can't hear you, or I can hear you. I guess you can't hear me. Hold on. Anything better now? I don't know what it is, man. I don't think O is listening because O can't hear me. That would track. I'm just keep looking for that Byron Jones quote, because I just remember a whole bunch of crystal ball this, crystal ball that. I'm not expecting anything. It would be a bonus. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see anything about doctors did all they can, but
okay, you hear me now? You got me?
I always have been able to hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, but now I can. Yeah, but it's something on your end or something that we keep something that it's not you, it's something with you on this end that keeps disconnecting or something along those lines. Anyway, go back and listen to it was probably, I want to say, about 6-7 weeks ago, probably, maybe 8.
I'm all the way back in November right now.
Yeah, McDaniel will say there's one where he just says, yeah, no, the doctors have done pretty much everything they can do up until this point, and it's really up to Byron now or something. That's the way he kind of, it's one of those very intelligent ways of telling you something without telling you something, in other words, because he does this all the time, actually, because he's really smart on how he phrases stuff. He thinks about it pretty good. But anyway, so what you got to do is find some of the dirt in the building, and they'll tell you some of the dirt in the building about, because he's just going to tell you he's going to tell you whatever makes him look good, because he's got to be a free agent next year and got to go somewhere else. So, it is what it is. All right. I
think I found it. Whole process definitely frustrating. I know it's not because of all the effort from both sides, from our medical staff to his as well. I think it's impossible or irresponsible to spew out. I literally have no idea. no setbacks. There hasn't been necessarily any sort of setbacks from it. It's been more that it's just been a long road in recovery. I mean, I don't know. Like the inference there is that he's just it's just that like he's doesn't feel comfortable playing on it, doesn't want to play on it.
Oh, I know that. I've been telling everybody for months that he's very particular about how he plays. I've been telling people that for months now, that, it's just, that's kind of how he's been, how he's attacked this whole thing. The part I don't know, and I don't know to believe him, because I haven't heard it yet from inside the building. Why the hell did he wait till March?
That's why I want to talk to him about it. Like, I would love for him to be able to say if he's in the locker room on cleanout day, like, I'll probably get yelled at for asking since he's on PUP and technically doesn't have to talk to the media. But
that guy doesn't even go to the building. You think he's going to be there on the cleanout day?
Somebody's got to clean the locker out.
Yeah, Joe, one of the equipment guy, Joe, will have one of his assistants clean it out and mail it to him. That's what's going to end up happening, bro. I mean, give me a break.
Oof, yeah, I think he could have helped us, but injuries, they come up, things happen. Some people fight through them, some people don't.
What was that? What quote is that?
That's from Sam Madison.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, dude, I know all the crap that goes on back there with that, and it's been hell for them. It's been a real huge frustration for all of them. Because think about this. They thought he was going to be, they really thought he was going to be ready for the season.
That's what I was told, was that he would be ready for training camp. So,
but then somebody gets very particular about a little tweak here and a little tweak there, and then it just continues. And it's like, yo, bro, this guy's playing with 2 groin injuries. That guy's playing with a pec, a knee. What else does he have? A pec, a knee, a toe, and something else. I mean, give me a freaking break, bro. There's a whole bunch of those dudes. There's probably injuries you don't even know about, neither do I, in that locker room from some of those guys that are still not being reported, because that's how the NFL is a lot of times. So it's just crazy. There are a bunch of guys that are sacrificing their asses off, and here's this dude, bro, and it's not a good look. I got to tell you, it's definitely not a good look. So, your thoughts on this game, bro? 13 points. I'm telling Dolphin fans, just enjoy that they made it throughout all this adversity, and just hope that individuals play their best games.
It's one of those where, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
What do you got to lose? Just let it go. If you're Skylar Thompson, just let it loose.
Yeah.
No hanging on to it. Hey, shit. Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere, and Jalen Waddle's down there somewhere. Just play all out, man. Play all out. Because what are you saving yourself for?
Right.
You say nobody's giving you a chance per se here. Nobody really thinks the Dolphins are going to do anything. If you fall short, you're only doing exactly what people thought you were going to do anyway. Nobody's going to think less of you. So, I mean, that's the only wild card I can think of in this game. So unless Josh Allen gets lost on his way to the stadium, I don't know.
Oh, that would be cool. Actually, that would be really good if he can get lost. One more thing before I let you go. Does Teron Armstead play or not? What's your gut tell you?
I think if he's limited at least tomorrow, then I would expect him to play. Back-to-back DNPs aren't great to start the week. Obviously, I think he's gonna try. Obviously, he's gonna try to play. But back-to-back DNPs are not a good look. Tomorrow, though, if there's another one, I would say no go for him.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. More importantly, catch his work there at ESPN. He does an exceptional job of covering the Miami Dolphins. And catch him twice a week here, bringing the edge with our myedgedrink.com Miami Dolphins Insider Report. Marcel, thank you for the time as always. Be safe in your travels, my friend. We will talk post-game after the Dolphins win 40-3.
See you then.
All right, bro. Later. There you go. By the way, 10% off. Use our code Big O. You want a great energy drink delivered to your home, your office. Great in the office, too, because if you got people over and you got a business meeting and maybe you want to mix a little energy drink with a little vodka or something, And let me tell you something, as an elixir, it is off the chain. Only 78 calories, delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. Most energy drinks that I've tried, this is why I don't drink energy drinks. They've got a whole bunch of aftertaste, and that drives me crazy. Well, guess what? Edge has zero aftertaste. Delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. 10% off. Use our code BIG-O and get it at myedgedrink.com.